Most expensive construction fails in the world. Humans have built some of the most impressive structures imaginable throughout history, from towering skyscrapers to vast bridges spanning oceans. However, for every success story, there are tales of epic constructions that fail to result in devastating consequences. These failures often serve as a stark reminder of the importance of proper planning, design, and execution in construction projects. From collapsed bridges to sinking skyscrapers, in this video, we'll explore some of the biggest construction fails in the world and the lessons we can learn from them. But first, please remember to hit like and subscribe to this YouTube channel to stay updated on the latest in the luxury world. At Luxury Mindset, we bring you all luxurious information ranging from items, cars, houses, places, and even people who bathe in luxury. Not only that, but we also give you pretty much the amount you would need to purchase any of these luxurious stuff. So if you're interested in the rich, becoming rich, or even dreaming of lying on a mattress of gold or dollar bills, click the notification bell to keep yourself updated on this channel. Number 6. Liang Star City. The construction of the Liang Star City's second phase began in Kunming, China in 2011. The project comprised 19 high-rise buildings spread over 4 large cities meant for residential and office space. However, just a year later, the project changed hands, and the new company only managed to complete the first 4 high-rise buildings. Construction on the remaining 15 buildings was halted in 2013 due to financial difficulties. The other 15 buildings were toppled out, but were never fully completed. Over time, rainwater flooded the basements, causing foundation damage beyond repair. In December 2020, another real estate company bought the property and project rights for around $150 million, but found that the 80-year-old buildings still needed to meet the requirements of a changing real estate market. Consequently, they decided to demolish the unused buildings. After years of planning and construction, the demolition was initiated in August 2021. Demolition crews placed over 4 tons of explosives, and safety measures were taken to make the demolition as safe as possible. The demolition took just 45 seconds and was reportedly the largest at-once demolition in China. Number 5. The Millennium Tower. This residential skyscraper, which stands almost 200 meters tall, was completed in 2009 and is the 6th largest building in San Francisco. It cost Mission Street Development LLC $350 million to construct, and everything went smoothly until 2016. The building's residents, some of whom had paid up to $13 million for a unit, discovered that the Millennium Tower was tilting and sinking into the ground. An investigation revealed that the tower's foundation was built on deep sand instead of bedrock, which was unable to support the weight of the building. Within 7 years of its opening, the Millennium Tower had sunk 40 centimeters or 16 inches and had a 15-centimeter tilt at the top. As a result, lawsuits were filed immediately. The city of San Francisco and the Homeowners Association sued the development team, blaming the company responsible for building the neighboring Transbay Transit Center. However, it was discovered that the problem had occurred before the transit center's construction began. In 2018, residents reported hearing creaking and cracking sounds, and a broken window found in a corner unit suggested deeper structural issues. A settlement was eventually reached to fix the problem, and engineers devised a $100 million plan to drill into the bedrock on the north and west sides of the tower. The plan was to install over 50 new piles reaching 70 meters to the bedrock, brace the tower, and reduce the tilt over several years. The new foundation's construction began in 2020, but was halted in August 2021 after those monitoring the project noted an additional inch of sinking and an increased tilt. Currently, the tower leans more than 22 inches at the top, and the problem is under investigation before returning to work on a solution. Number 4. Ouluto 3 Nuclear Power Plant. The Ouluto nuclear power plant in Ouluto, Finland, was scheduled to construct a third, modern, and efficient reactor to increase Finland's nuclear power production by almost 60%. However, the project had been plagued with construction delays and budget overruns. TVO, the power plant company, initially promised that the reactor would open in 2010. The project is still under construction today. The main buildings were completed early, but the nuclear components took years to install. Various issues, including business disputes, supply chain issues, scheduling delays, and construction problems have kept the project in limbo for 12 years and over $8 billion over budget. Experienced builders left the business in the 15-year lapse between previous reactors and the construction of Ouluto 3. And the contractors needed to prepare for the exacting standards required to build a safe nuclear reactor. Although TVO has promised that Ouluto 3 will open for regular power generation in February of 2022, the project's total costs are now estimated to be $11 billion, nearly 4 times the original price. Number 3. Hollandskog Rail Tunnel. The rail system in Sweden faced issues in 1975 when some sections of the West Coast Line could not handle the increased train traffic. To address the situation, a large project was initiated to upgrade the entire line to double track. This project's important aspect was upgrading the single-track railway on Hollandskog Ridge, a significant bottleneck for passenger trains traveling between Gothenburg in Sweden and Copenhagen in Denmark. Construction on the Hollandskog tunnel began in 1992, and problems arose immediately as groundwater seeped from the rock in much larger volumes than anticipated. The rock was too soft to allow for large drilling procedures, and traditional drilling methods resulted in more water leaks. These difficulties led to the original contractor going bankrupt and handing the project over to new contractors. However, the new contractors did not perform much better, using poisonous sealing compound without proper precautions, causing harm to the environment and workers. The company faced criminal charges and construction was halted again in 1997. At only 3 kilometers of the 8-kilometer tunnel had been drilled. 8 years later, construction resumed, but drilling was delayed in areas with lower quality bedrock. The Hollandskog tunnel was eventually completed in 2015, 23 years after its inception, and at the cost of about 10.5 billion Swedish kroner, 10 times the original projection of 1 billion kroner. Number 2. Eastern span replacement of the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge. Annually, over 27 million vehicles travel between Yerba Buena Island and Oakland, commuting over 3.5 kilometers of water on the 10-lane San Francisco Bay Bridge. However, an earthquake in 1989 exposed structural vulnerabilities in the bridge when the 6.9 magnitude Loma Prieta earthquake destroyed part of it. Rather than retrofitting and repairing the damage, San Francisco officials held a contest for a new bridge design. After a decade, they agreed on replacing the eastern span with a self-anchored bridge, which looked better but was more complex and proved to be a money sink. The bridge had issues such as stability rods breaking, corroding guardrails, misaligned deck parts, and poor welding quality, which prompted a lengthy investigation and costly fixes. The construction of the eastern span of the Bay Bridge took 11 years and is the most expensive infrastructure project in California, with a total cost estimated to be over $7 billion in 2019, 7 times the original bid of just over $1 billion. Number 1. The Harmon Hotel. Las Vegas City Center is a complex located on the Strip, originally intended to provide high-end residential condominiums, a retail mall, and various other amenities for daily life. One of the buildings planned for the complex was the Harmon Hotel, a mixed hotel and residence high-rise offering a roof pool with a view of the Strip. Construction of the Harmon began in 2007 with an estimated cost of $275 million, but it was never completed due to significant structural defects that were discovered during inspections in 2008. Steel reinforcements meant to stabilize the building were found to have been installed incorrectly, leading to the project being halted on the 28th floor. Condominiums were removed from the plans, and the design alteration caused a further delay until construction eventually stopped altogether. MGM, the owners of the Harmon, covered the building in reflective glass and sold it as an advertising space after it became clear that it could not be used. Reports in 2011 indicated that the building would collapse in the event of an earthquake due to its structural issues, and MGM announced the demolition of the building. The dismantling process, which began in June 2014, cost around $170 million and took nearly a year to complete. The Harmon cost MGM over $450 million and was never open to the public. And there you have it, the most expensive construction fails. Which among these do you think would have been a massive success if it didn't fail? Share your thoughts with us in the comments. And please don't forget to click the notification bell to stay updated with the latest in the luxury world. Only here at Luxury Mindset.